Hi everyone, this is Love Crafted Girl. Today I'm doing my brand new video for the month of March of making my calendar divider into a shaker card. Now this free printable is super cute and adorable, but before I show you what it is for March, I wanted to remind you not to forget to subscribe so you guys can see other monthly videos that I'll do in these calendar dividers for my planner. So for this month, Lovely Planner came out with this cute, isn't it cute? Cute French fries with the hot dog. And I'm looking forward to putting this one together. I love the cute kawaii faces, and I think anything kawaii is just too cute. I mean, I can't say no. I mean, they're just, look at the little faces. They're so cute. Anyways, so continue watching to see how I put and make this calendar divider into a shaker card for your planner. I begin by placing some glue onto the paper. Now I'm going to make sure that every single edge of the paper it has glue. That way that once I put these two together into the packet with sequins, no sequins will get in between the two sheets. So I place my calendar inside the protected sheet, and I'm going to first measure the corner, making sure I have enough space on the side, so when I punch my holes, I have enough space between the holes and the card. So the first thing I'll fuse is this first corner here, because this is the divider between the card and where I punched my holes. After this, I will fuse the other side next to the French fries, making sure that it's a bit of a tight squeeze. That way the card doesn't move around as much, but I want the sequences to move. I will also check the fuse area, making sure that there's no openings happening, and if there is, I will refuse those areas, making sure that they are completely sealed. I checked the seal of the pages. I'm going to cut and trim the edges, leaving some space between the sealed part and the paper itself. And then I'm going to start putting in my sequences, which I chose this pretty gold one just because I felt like it was a nice color to go in here with the French fries. And then once I'm okay with how much sequence I put in it, I will now seal the top part, and then also check to make sure that it's sealed completely before I give it a trim. So here I'm making my mini version of this cute card. I'm going to first start off again with the corner, making sure I leave enough space where I'm going to hold punch. I will fuse this corner first, and then I'll fuse the second corner, checking all sides, making sure the sides are all been fused together correctly before I either trim or put in the sequences. I'm fusing the top part a few times just to make sure that nothing comes out. Here I am shaking it around because sometimes after you've fused it and you've checked, sometimes it opens up and you end up having some sequins lying around, and then you have to go back and check. So here I am checking my ends, making sure everything is completely sealed before I do the trimming, and I'm happy with the results. Now that I'm done, I'm now going to punch out the holes, and I'm going to be using my last month's shaker card as a reference to where I want the holes to be placed. And so I'm going to use my black pen here, make little dots, that way I am okay with the placement, and then punch out the holes afterwards. Then I will cut out a little slits to make sure they're ready to go into the planner. Now I'll begin making the holes for the mini, and what I'm going to use is an actual sheet from my mini happy planner as a reference to where exactly I want to place the shaker card in. And here I'm going to start looking at it carefully and then dotting my dots and making sure that's exactly where I want to punch the holes out. So here's my planner where I will place my little shaker card. I'm going to first put the sheet back in, the one I use for reference, and then place my little card in the planner to see how it looks, and I'm done with that. Now I'll bring out the happy planner, and I will also open it up to the page where I want to place my shaker card, and I will place that card in it as well. Now I'm going to start with my paper clip, and here's a little hot dog. I'm going to place it inside a piece of protective sheet. Now the ruler is there to keep it from moving around. Now the tip to this fuse tool is different. It's a pointy one. Now what this one does, it actually seals and cuts at the same time. That way I don't have to worry about having to go over it a couple of times making sure it's sealed. No, this one is sealed automatically, and I do go over it twice just to make sure that those corners are sealed before I pop it out of the sheet. If you notice, I didn't seal the whole hot dog completely because I needed a little opening for my paper clip. And here I am trying it out, making sure I'm okay with this paper clip and the way it looks. Then I will put a little bit of hot glue and then put it back inside and seal it together. So here are two regular size hot dogs, and now I'm going to work on the mini ones. So they're just temporary with the paper clip in there, making sure I'm okay with the color I chose. Now I'm going to place it into the clear protector sheet, again using my ruler to keep it down from moving. And of course I am going to cut it out with my fuse tool. Now that I'm done with all 4 of these paper clips, I'm now going to put a little bit of this paint around the edges. I feel like having this little extra color makes it look a lot better. Plus it also covers up any imperfections from the fuse tool when you cut it out. Sometimes there's like these edges that are a lot rougher than the others, and so this way it actually covers up those imperfections and you're not really focused on seeing those ugly little edges that sometimes it comes out with. And then as for the middle, which you will not see, but where the paper clip is, it actually is open, and I just place a little bit of hot glue in that area, and then once I'm ready, I will cover it up. Right, as you can see here, I'm covering it up with my paint, and I will be ready for it to be used. So I had to wait a couple of hours for that paint to dry. So now that it's dry, I'm going to place my paper clip into my happy planner, which I love the way it looks. And then I'll place the other one in my mini happy planner, and then I'm done. So here's the final look to putting together these shaker cards. The one thing I want to do this time is do a mini version of this, and here it is. Perfect for my mini happy planner. As you saw in the video when I placed it back into my planner, it looks super cute. Now, as for the paper clips, those were a bit of an issue. So let me explain what went wrong and what I had to do to fix it. First off, the printing of these guys, they were 2 of the same images, but they weren't mirrored. So then when I glued them together, I had a lot of white from the other image. So I had to trim that down to make sure it looked the same on both sides. So that was just a little bit of extra work, but not a big deal. The main big deal were paper clips. Now that was the huge deal for me, because as I was doing the mini, I realized that I should have used the smaller paper clips, and I don't have any small ones. I only have the big ones. And then I also have a lot of these heart ones, and I thought, well, why not try the heart with this guy? But that didn't work because it is way too big. As you can see, if I put it here, you can see it. It is just too big. This guy is already small as it is. I didn't want to take away his cuteness with this huge paper clip that's super wide. So I decided just to go with this huge paper clip by itself and just work with that. And then for this heart one, I do want to use these. I have a lot of these, and I thought this is time for me to start using them and decorating them, and I thought this was a perfect time to use it. I think it came out really cute using this guy here. Also, what I love about it is that when I put it into my page, this heart comes out at the bottom of the page while he comes on top of the page. So I thought that was kind of cool to have as well, extra little decoration onto the page. But overall though, it was fun. Also putting this color, what do you call this? It's not glue, it's like paint. That was also an issue because I didn't realize that right here would be a problem. So there were some issues, but again, this is me learning how to work around that, and later on I should get better with time and practice. Overall though, I had a fun time putting this one together. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next month for a new shaker card and paper clip.